Hello there folks, and a very warm welcome back to What's for Tea. And it's lovely to see you all, and I hope that I find you very well. And tonight I made Rumbledethumps, and you may not have heard of this before. It's actually a very traditional dish from the Scottish borders. The main ingredients are potato, cabbage, onion, very similar to Irish Colcannon or English bubble and squeak. You can have it as a main course, or you can just have it as a side. You can add all sorts of things. Traditionally ham wouldn't be used, but I think ham works really well in this. So I'm going to add shredded ham, but of course you can leave it out if you want to keep it vegetarian or you just don't fancy the ham. But however you decide to make this, I highly recommend you give it a go, especially if you like your sort of cheesy potato bake type things like we do. We just love this kind of thing. I would quite happily eat this just on its own. I will put the ingredients on the screen as I use them, but you will also find them in the description box underneath the video. So you want to start off with 6 or 7 good sized potatoes, and this is going to serve 5 to 6 people depending on how big your portions are. You just want to peel these and chop these up, get them into a pan of cold water, and then to this I'm going to add some salt as well. Just get your lid on, and you want to simmer these for about 15 minutes until they're nice and tender. Meanwhile, you can get your cabbage done. I am using white cabbage, but use Savoy, use whatever cabbage you prefer. You just want to shred this up. Go over to your cooker again. To a large pan, you want to drop in a couple of knobs of butter and some olive oil. This will stop the butter from burning. So just stir those through until they're melted. I'm going to add in a chopped onion and then a couple of chopped spring onions as well. You want to let these cook for a few minutes until they are starting to soften, and they should look something like this. Now to this we're going to add the cabbage, and you're going to cook this in quite a high heat. You want this to char, but you want it to be cooked as well. So it's a kind of, it's trial and error with these kinds of things. I know, how long this is going to take, but it's just going to depend on your own cooker and your own heat. But I'll show you in a wee second. Once your potatoes are soft, drain the water out and just set those to the side for the time being until your cabbage is ready. Now I like my cabbage looking something like this. It's a wee bit charred, but it's going to give, bags and bags of flavour to what is quite a bland dish normally. So I like to just about char all of my ingredients before adding them in to the potato, and trust me, it's not burnt, it just gives it a lovely flavour. And then on top of this I'm going to add some shredded ham hock. Like I said, this isn't traditional, but it's just something that I like to do, and also a wee dash of white pepper, which really does add something, and then a dash of salt as well. You can adjust your salt and pepper to your own preference. I'm going to use my potato masher just to gently squash those potatoes down. We're not looking for mashed potato, you just want to squash them down and flatten them. And then with a good sturdy spoon, you want to just stir everything together until it's well combined, because the last thing we're going to do is transfer this to an oven dish, top it with cheese, and that'll be it done. So just take your time with this, make sure it's well combined. Like I said, you just want to transfer your potato mixture to a large oven dish. Something like this is ideal, and then just top this with a couple of handfuls of cheese. I am using mature cheddar cheese, but again, use whatever cheese you prefer. You might want to use mozzarella, if you like that cheesy stringy pull effect that you get, but I think it works well with good strong cheddar. Into the oven for about half an hour, and it will look something like this when it comes out. It'll be all bubbly, your cheese will be melted, it'll be bubbling around the edges, and it is just wonderful, let me tell you. Like I said, you can have this as a side dish, and we do from time to time, just instead of, standard mashed potato. But I would quite happily eat this on a bowl on its own. It works particularly well with beetroot, because it's so creamy and rich. The vinegar from the beetroot really helps to cut through the rich cheesiness. So I have been known to have this with beetroot, but of course in this house we love baked beans as well. So we had this as part of our tea, and I will show you in a wee second, but I wanted to show you what it was like underneath, because I've got a habit of not showing you these things, and I do get told off for it. So we had some nice thick ham, the Rumbledethumps on the side with those lovely baked beans. So do let me know if you're planning and giving that one a go. Like I said, really delicious, really easy to make, and you get a lot of portions out of that as well. So thank you so much for watching, and a huge thank you as usual to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, to the channel members here on YouTube as well, for you all for watching, leaving your lovely comments, and for those that share the videos as well. And I will catch up with you during the week for another wee video back here on What's for Tea. Take care. Bye now.